And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
Nice 49. Check, 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 check.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back, part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Set, ready, 18 Gator. You must be dreaming. Ready.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
X3, 218, chopper, go. 5.
Now Jones. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down.
Defense wins championships, baby.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Hey, alert 3. Watch twist. Check.
On the ground with the rookie Devin Singletary. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen. And he finds Beasley complete. 22 yards there, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
49 yards long.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. To throw again on second down. Allen, it's complete. It's Gore. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all.
Shit. Kill.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. It's caught. Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 27-yard line.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Allen from the gun on third down. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. But no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Allen going to go on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Giants are going to get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Saquon Barkley. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Meanwhile, here a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the second down throw on target. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
3 bucks.
On second down, Singletary, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check. Hot route. Hot.
9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got Gore. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Allen throwing again. They go with a screen to Gore. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And again, it's Allen. This will be caught by Brown. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs.
Well, I like the chutzpah there, right? They decided to go ahead and fake it and try and pick up a first down, but how about how they executed defensively and smothered that one? I know back from my time frame, everyone has responsibilities, even rushing on a field goal attempt. You got the tight end, you got the wing back, you might have the guy out of the backfield. Boy, they executed that well, really stuck to what they needed to do.
It wasn't just 11 guys trying to block it. They were ready, they got it done.
152 fighter.
On 2nd and 7, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down. A healthy Evan Ingram, that could be a great elixir for New York this year. The season ago, he only played in 11 games because of the injuries, 35 catches, which was a dip down from 2 seasons ago when Ingram caught 64 passes. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They have punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This ball complete. Jones to Ingram. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On 3rd down, Barkley. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And Rosas puts this one through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Allen now going to throw again. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Come to my work. Bravo.
Allen to throw again. And the grab by Croft. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
57 to Mike.
Allen to throw once more. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, Golden Tate. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Pilot, 64. Go.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an alley to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
Right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Under 10. Under 52.
Check it back. Check it back.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch the edge. Slam, slam, slam. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
They go right back to Singletary. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Frank Gore, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On 1st down, Barkley, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
60 Pittsburgh.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Hey, Orbit.
49's a mic. 49's a mic. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Sack, baby.
And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Check 3. Swing. 5 wide. Whip. Watch the whip. Go.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's it.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now Allen. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch his slant.
Ready.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Come on, set. 30 base.
Here we go.
Hustle. 5.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 19-yard line.
Ready, ready. 90, Wolf.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the...
Let's go.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
57 to Mike.
Throwing again. Allen. He finds his target, John Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that. But they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
57 to Mike. Mike 57. Touchdown, defense. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Hey, exit.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Monday.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Allen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hey, Charlie.
Switch up, switch up.
Throwing now is Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
SOS. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
On second down now. Singletary. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third down.
Ready? 57.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving.
Check safety. Alert flare. Check three. He's coming. Double up.
Now it's Gore. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Round 80.
On third down, Allen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They come out here in the eye. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Switch. You go tight. You got tight right there. Check. Crunch.
Alert.
They'll run. It's the fullback, DeMarco. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Patrick DeMarco. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills have taken the lead. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2. Now this time Allen will throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to. To be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Singletary again, and this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And some room to work. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They run with Barkley on 1st down, and he gets about 5 out of it. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Delta.
Back to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
And that absolutely cannot happen. Just a gain of a yard in this situation, you've got to get chunks of yardage. Otherwise, the defense, very happy with what you're doing.
The Giants on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Jones, a big spot for the rookie from Duke. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So a big one coming now for Aldrick Rosas. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7...
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Mike, 58, right there.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done.
And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on their defense. In fact, they probably went over there and asked for some help. Like, guys, we just don't have it in this one. Can you hook us up? And they did in a big way. Said, no problem. Put it on our shoulders. We'll carry you home. And they did exactly that.
So for the Giants, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.